Hey guys, King Gath here, and I've got some news for you. In fact, this is my favorite part of post-release of a new mod from us is the release of the Toolkit so that you guys can start creating stuff. That is happening today. There's going to be another secondary release in a couple of weeks, but before we get to all of that and talk about that stuff, we got to give a shout out to our patrons. So many people have been joining up lately. It is really exciting. We're hitting a couple of our goals we had that I never anticipated. I just threw them up there as wild goals. So going to be crazy to see what happens with the rest of this year and 2021. But some shout outs to Free Lemmings, Crixus194, Adam Wisner, Dalen Etheridge, Donna Brown, Angeline Valls, Michael Daw, Alex Olney, Karam Bechet, Bardia, Deborah Mitchell, Smash BG, Alessio Del Conte, Meng LY, is that? Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell if it was an underscore or a space in there. Will Robinson, Daniel Felton, Paula Imes, and Andrew Pelletier. Thank you all so much for contributing to the project. And thank you those who I haven't named. I promise I will get to your shout-outs eventually. I just don't want to bombard our audience with 100 names in one shot. So we're going to spread this out. I got lots more videos to come, lots more patches, lots more news to cover. All right, so let's talk about the excitement. So the add-on creation kit or the add-on toolkit, I don't know what I'll have called it when I made the final mod page. I'm recording this before that. But that is available now. You can grab it on Nexus, which is where I would like you guys to grab it because I'd love to just see us up in Hot Files another day. It's fun seeing that Sim Settlements 2 logo up there. But it's also actually available on our wiki. So it is at wiki.simsettlements2.com. Now, the difference between this and the previous toolkits that I've done is I'm going to be drafting this all in the wiki with the idea that in the long term, more people can help contribute to it. You guys can fix my idiot spelling and grammar mistakes for those of you guys who consider yourselves grammar Nazis and wear that badge with pride. You guys can help me out. And then also it'll make it so that when I change things in the mod, I can go update the toolkit more quickly than I can with the PDF versions. But I know some people like having that PDF version on their local computer, and Nexus is a great way to distribute all the extra files. So there ends up being a lot of Xedit scripts and random other files. So it's available on Nexus. It's available on our wiki, wiki.simsettlements2.com or nexusmods.com. You should be able to find, likely I'll have called it the add-on toolkit. And that will allow you to make stuff for Sim Settlements 2. Now, for those of you guys who are not familiar with my toolkits and tutorials, I always target people who have never modded a thing in their life. So if you are excited about the idea of making Sim Settlements 2 content, I promise you, you can do it. You do not have to have any experience. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be a voice actor. You don't have to be a writer. Anybody can contribute content to this as long as you're willing to sit down and follow through some directions. Now, they are all in text and image format. I would love to eventually get to some video tutorials, and that is on my long-term schedule, but I don't know if I'll have the time anytime soon, but perhaps somebody else can take my written work and turn it into video tutorials before I get there. But those of you guys who are happy to read through tutorials, you're going to be able to learn a lot right now. We've got tutorials covering how to make your own buildings for Sim Settlements 2, how to set up your own holidays, how to add new custom beers, new custom newspaper articles, how to inject magazines into the system, how to set up those unlocks, those little things that pop up and tell you you just won something, more subtler discoveries that can come out of the beacon system. We've got stuff for city plans, although the actual detailed tutorial guides for that are going to come later because we have something else in mind for the city plan stuff. But these are all things that you can build onto Sim Settlements 2. In addition, there are a lot of hooks in here so that you can take content from other mods and bring it into the Sim Settlements fold. So for example, we've got our leader system, which allows taking any NPC and allowing them to lead a settlement and having little benefits. Well, the system for that is designed so that you can pull in NPCs from any mod, any DLC, etc., and we have barely scratched the surface of those. So if you guys are familiar with Sim Settlements 1, you'll know about the leader packs. That is available, but it's taken to 11 because now you can actually come up with your own custom traits. All of the stuff needed to do that is included in this guide. In addition, we've got some things that didn't exist in Sim Settlements 1 that you guys can tackle, and some of it is documented now, others will be documented in the future. future. But in general, we've expanded this in a big bad way. Some of the smaller things we've added in are things like pet names. So for those of you guys who haven't gotten to that pet store yet, you can actually name your pet, but it's based on the names that are available in the system. Well, anybody can inject as many names as they want into that system and then release those as a mod for other people to use. Or NPC preference cards, as we call them, which would be taking certain NPCs and telling them to prefer certain buildings or certain jobs so that they will try and build those automatically. So you can kind of add some flavor into those characters. Same with stat cards. So we've got a setup so that if you want to fix some of those broken stats that Bethesda did, if any of you have used that Vitomatic to scan Mama Murphy, you'll see she's as strong, which is absolutely ridiculous. You can do things like custom furniture for the furniture store, custom power poles, those flags that fly in the settlement. Virtually everything in Sim Settlements is designed to be expanded, and the tutorials are written so that basically anybody can contribute and help out with this stuff. And like I said, the goal is to continue to add more things and more hooks for people to be able to inject their content. A couple of things that are on the horizon that I don't think are going to make it in for this kit unless I find a burst of energy in the next few days between now and releasing this are places for musicians to inject their stuff. We're long-term going to be adding in a lot more tutorials regarding custom settlers and whatnot so that people who want to write quests can get them in and hook them into the system. And if you already have learned how to do that externally, the data to set up custom settlers that inject into the system that you guys have seen from characters like the Ron or from the custom visitors, where as you build up your settlements, people appear and they can give you quests and be recruited, all of that can already be hooked into. In fact, if somebody wanted to take mods, say like Tales from the Commonwealth or other mods like that involve people that you can recruit, you could easily hook them into this system and make them a part of this and pull them in. In fact, Sims Elements 2 was designed from the ground up to work with any NPC. It does not require them to have any special scripts on them. So literally you could hook into any character you know in the game from any mod, from any DLC, and pull them into our system if you want to do so. So all the tutorials you need to do that are there. And like I said, you don't have to have any special skills. Those of you who do have special skills, those of you who are artists or musicians or voice actors, you will be able to just make even cooler stuff because you won't have to lean on just the vanilla assets. But I'm telling you, 90% of the add-on pack authors who made content for SS1 had never made a thing for any video game, and now you guys, some of them are making your favorite add-on packs. So keep that in mind. If you'd like to help us out, if you'd like to join in on the community building of this mod, which really what made SS1 successful in my opinion is all of the add-on pack authors coming together to fill in all those gaps that we couldn't do ourselves on the core team, and making sure that however people want to design their settlements, there's something out there for those people to get the style they want. And the other thing with this is with SS2 versus S1, there's so many more options. There are all these different building classes. I think we have something like 40 classes. You've got the 7 different plot types. Each of them can come in 4 different sizes. And if you played only the base Sim Settlements 2 so far and you haven't downloaded the add-on packs, you'll see you can imagine there are a lot of holes there. Like you've probably never seen a 3x3 commercial plot yet, but that can absolutely be done in Sim Settlements 2. So I am so freaking excited right now, if you can't hear it in my voice, to see what the community does with these new toolkits, because it's more open than ever before, and it's going to continue to be opened up even further. For those of you guys who are excited about getting into city plan design, maybe you want to see the city plan contest return, we're going to do a second rollout of the add-on toolkit that's going to be focused on the city plan stuff, document a lot of the gameplay mechanics so that those of you who want to make sure you have balanced and well-integrated cities can do so without having to number crunch so much. I'm going to try and give up as many of that information. And those of you guys who like the number crunching, I'll make sure that stuff's available as well. So that's going to come in a few weeks. We'll have the city plan stuff. And then sometime after that, maybe after the new year, we're going to start talking about bringing back the city plan contest, because that was a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get that thing going again, but we'll talk about that again when it's a little closer. So please go download the add-on toolkit for Sim Settlements 2. See if there's anything cool you can make with it. You'd be surprised how editable this mod is, even if you have no skills in modding whatsoever, and it might lead you to making even more mods after that. So if you've been looking for a hook, a way to get into modding, this could be your day. All right, now the other thing we got to talk about there are a couple of more add-on packs that have released in the last couple of weeks. So first up is Junktown Extreme 2. So if any of you guys are familiar with Hewitt's work, it is always crazy and over the top. And Junktown Extreme was for Sim Settlements 1, and it is no exception. It just does ridiculously sized, way over the size of a plot designs, just meant to be crazy centerpieces in your settlement. And he has ported that over to SS2, so that is available now. And then last but certainly not least, we've got the Captain Cosmos Creation V2. And this is just I think it's just a single building. So it's an ESL format, and it uses the Captain Cosmos Creation Club content and makes a building that's all decorated after that. So if you've got that Creation Club content and you're playing with Sim Settlements 2, you can get yourself a new building. So, and that is by ChooChoo1. So go check those two add-ons out and then start making your own. I want to see what you guys create. I'm super excited for this. Definitely. And if you make something and you release it and you want me to feature it on here, I probably will see it, but you're welcome to message me on Nexus and send me a link, and I will make sure that definitely happens. All right, guys, if you're looking for patches, in fact, any of you guys who are going to go play with the BTK, you're going to want to get the hotfix. So I have been continuing to release hotfixes, not nearly at the pace I was in the first couple of weeks, but I am going to continue to do it as public hotfixes on our forums under the latest news section. I've had a couple come out this week. In fact, one of them, the 101B, you're going to definitely want to grab if you're going to play with the Addon Toolkit, because it has a few new templates I added in it to make it easier to follow some of these tutorials. So go grab that 101B. If you are on Xbox, you can't use the toolkit, unfortunately, because there's no great way to do modding directly onto Xbox. So you would have to get a copy of the game on PC. But all you guys who are on PC, it's easy for you to go grab that hotfix and start playing around in the creation kit and other tools that we have here. And yeah, I think that about covers it. So stay tuned for our next bi-weekly patch 1.0.2, which will be coming out next Friday, and that will include all these other changes I just talked about. And for those of you guys who are having any issues, definitely please continue to report those on our forum. All that stuff, as it gets verified, gets relayed to me, and I take care of it as quickly as I can. And especially, I'm having priority focused on things like crash reports and bugs in any of the main quests in particular, but also I've started to fix things in side quests now as well. Definitely keep reporting those. I will keep pumping out those patches to make sure you guys can get through the entire mod, and that we get to as bug-free a state as we can, as quickly as we can. And you guys are definitely doing an awesome job helping me out with that, sending me save files, sending me information, posting on the forums, engaging there. It is all helping immensely. And mad props to the support team and the beta testing team. You guys have been doing an amazing job. Thank you all for continuing to help me handle the load that comes through these forums, and you're piping it down to a digestible amount for me. Really, really appreciate it. And so if any of you guys want to engage in that, you want to help us out, just go on the forums, post your problems, give us as much detailed information as you can. And if you have a relatively small load order, you can even post your save files, and those can help us diagnose those issues as well. All right, guys, take care, enjoy the mods, and create some new ones.